are stories that connect us to ourselves and each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid, wild colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. And now, exclusively on KGRA Radio, I give you your host for Soul Wanderings Radio. Here's AJ.
Everyone, welcome to Soul Wanderings on this beautiful Thanksgiving Eve, snowy Thanksgiving Eve here.
Yeah.
Soul Wanderings is a show about journey stories, and we are hanging out here on the one and only KGRAradio.com, which is heard throughout our universe every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. And each week we get to wander with a new guest about their authentic experiences through this human journey. And it is so lovely to have you here with us for another live wandering. My name is AJ Rasmussen, and I am an owner and operator of a heart-centered healing space called Vibes, Mind, Body, Spirit. And it's there where I get to help others out in their journeys and healing and all of that good stuff. I also get to be your host of Soul Wanderings. Lucky me. There are ways that you can participate tonight with us if you're listening live. We have a chat room to play in, and the chat room is hosted on KGRAradio.com. And while we wander tonight, I hang out there, and you can too. It's a great way to interact in conversation behind the scenes and ask any questions that may come up for you. And tonight is a special episode of Soul Wanderings. But for the record, all my shows are special. Let me just say that. But what makes this one so special is that I have invited back once again to the show, Natalie Peace. And we wanted to offer you this episode for the holiday season in hopes to assist you in navigating through the highs and the lows of this stressful time. We're so good at being human and creating stress around this time of year, and maybe just bring you back to the knowing that we are simply here having our human experience, and there is just so much to learn. And so learn we shall. For those of you who are new to Soul Wanderings, Natalie Peace has shared space with us several times. It would be safe to say she's been my most invited guest.
Wow, that's super cool.
I don't know how many episodes you've done.
I haven't counted.
Natalie is a life and grief coach and a human wilderness guide.
I love that title.
I so do too, and that's why I like saying it. But anything else in your words, sweetheart?
So it's when I'm teaching, I'll often say I speak human. And I'll teach anything human. So it is definitely the essence of being human. And I love all that comes with this humanness, especially after you get a few skills going on in there.
I think it's really great to have you in my life for many reasons, but one where I'm surrounded by a bunch of spiritual woo-woo.
Yes.
As I lovingly refer to. I am very human, and I like the human aspect of our human experience. I don't like to go too far into the woo-woo. I'm very realistic, I should say. And so I like to, swim in the deep and go into the waters, but from a human point of view, not necessarily in the spiritual point of view.
Well, yeah.
But I do like to intertwine them both.
Right,
it is about balance, but I do tend to hang out on the human side.
So it's interesting because a really good friend of mine will remind me that he says, there's no magic. And I said, yes, there is magic. there is this understanding that when you understand what the magician does and how the world is magical, however, it's all very organized. So you learn what the magician knows, and it does bump it up a different level. So you can experience it very much grounded and still see this amazing, beautiful creation that's here.
I love that.
So.
When I say I like to be more human, I have found myself on the whole other spectrum, being too spiritual and not grounded. And I felt like I was in a dream world and I wasn't experiencing this human aspect, which we're sent here to do.
I agreed.
And I felt like really off balance because I realized I have all these spiritual abilities and these spiritual gifts, and I've been blessed with this really amazing spiritual tribe, and we always are talking about these spiritual things, and you can get lost there very easily. So it's nice when I'm like, someone pull me back down to earth. Let's do some grounding, and having the balance in my life now is such an amazing and beautiful thing. But I do like being human in all the ways, even the not so wonderful, beautiful ways in the moment, which we're going to get to.
The messiness of it, you mean?
Yes, the messiness of it and all the things. But, before we get into all of that, there are several things Natalie and I really want to share tonight. But because it is the eve of Thanksgiving and we're going to be around family and friends the next 6 weeks or so.
Yes. And way too many people out there shopping on the streets, all that
energy and all those things. We know that can be challenging. There's a lot of different scenarios with family and friends, and not to mention the stress and even the loss of those who aren't with us this year, and kind of working through those emotions and those experiences, because as life does, it changes with each passing year. So every holiday is very different from the last. And Natalie just so happens to be a grief coach.
Oh, yeah.
She gets excited about this stuff.
Yes, it is kind of odd when I'm in a grief group and I'm like, I'm excited. Well, maybe not about the grief, but about the ability to teach people how to be in that massively emotional experience that's grief, this emotional experience after loss that you get shoved into. So many grievers, I've heard them say, can I just go to sleep until, like the second week in January? Because the holidays are very, very painful to navigate after a loss. And it's been, so I have several people that come regularly to groups that I hold and facilitate. And so some of the people that I met last year are just starting to venture into their second year. So they've passed the anniversary of the death, and then they're into the second year. And they're starting to understand that in that beginning of the first year, you have this fog that's going on. And so now they're going through the holidays without the fog. And they're saying, wow, oh my goodness, this is real. This sharper, bit more painful edginess that happens when you're going through your second round of holidays. And
it is much different than the first.
Yes, it is.
And some people say time, it will take it away. You'll feel better next year. And I don't feel that's true at all.
No. It's for some people are able to kind of figure out whether they compartmentalize it, pack it away, just refuse to wade in those deep emotions. There's different ways of getting through it, but the people that are willing to navigate that grief to the depths that they wanted to navigate love, then they find that it is quite painful the second year, and they're more awake in the dream.
More awake. Explain to me how someone could navigate through those emotions. I mean, first year, second year, but in general, because we are getting into the holidays and it is challenging for a lot of us. Not just grief, like losing someone through mortality, but it could be relationships. It could be, a breaking up of a family member, because those things happen in so many different ways. These holidays are just a reminder of, what we once had. And sometimes we forget to celebrate in what we do have and what our experience is now in this moment. So what are some ways that we can, in a healthy way, in a mindful way, get through these times?
So I am a big advocate for allowing emotions when they come in. So if you consider emotions like weather, they arrive relatively unbidden. We don't have control over the weather. It's something that we experience. It happens around us, and the emotions will happen within us, but they're like weather. So they just, find yourself, and then suddenly this wave of grief or heartache, or what we would call maybe the more distressing, if I could talk, distressing emotions. Wow, get that word out. Will happen. And so I say, when at all possible, allow that emotion to manifest and come up. And with this practice of observing the emotions as they happen, and to develop this new kind of relationship with the emotions that are deeper and more intense. We love to love and joy and happiness, but we have this kind of push away relationship with emotions that are difficult, and many people just suppress them, which drives all kinds of other things. So when at all possible, allow it to manifest. So this is a super busy time, and there's a lot of expectations that come with this time of year. Yeah, I know.
And ick.
Icky X.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. Yeah, no.
So with those, so there's the gatherings and the putting on the happy face and that type of thing. And I understand that no one wants to go and be the party pooper. So one thing someone can do if they're dealing with their difficult time and they're experiencing grief for any kind of loss is allow themselves, before a get together or a gathering or socializing with other people, give yourself like 10 minutes to just get into that emotion and honor that space for that grief, for the frustration, for something like that. Give yourself 10 minutes of uninterrupted time to mindfully be with it. Because these emotions almost demand our attention if we don't give it to this realm of emotions. So sit in a space, maybe when you're having your shower, getting ready, you give yourself time to open up and allow those emotions to flow through. And it will give you that time pre-gathering to observe it. And that often minimizes the amounts of time it pops up when you're in the gathering.
I feel that's really great advice, especially because you're an advocate for people to feel their feels.
Oh, yes.
We're so good at burying how we feel and putting on that brave face, which is great in some circumstances because of, like you said, you don't want to be the party pooper. However, like I've noticed even with myself and others around me through the holidays, if we give ourselves that moment beforehand, even in the present moment, things can arise. Like people are sharing stories and memories. And so those emotions are going to come naturally. And in that environment where you're sharing that kind of experience together, same thing, allow yourself to have that moment with everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
It's so important not to just be brave during that time. And not only that, it also being authentic with each other in that way builds really close relationships.
It does. And you never know when you're going to be the model for someone's ability to express themselves in many ways.
Right.
In all kinds of ways. I was talking to a lady the other day who had a very good friend die by suicide, and she happens to teach school. And so she was, and around little kids, elementary school actually. And so she was sad. And so she's trying to dry up her tears real quick. And some of the kids were like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And so I suggested that maybe next time she say, "I'm sad." And she asked them as they're young, these little first or second graders, "Have you ever had a sad day?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, I've had." And she says, "Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes we have sad days." And you're modeling as the adult, which is very good to show little kids that their emotions aren't bad. So we, as adults, we're constantly modeling behavior.
Yes.
And there's times where we're called to attention to revamp our own relationship with our emotions.
I've noticed through my lifetime that I've been notoriously good at hiding my authentic emotions because, I'm the big sis or the strong one in the family or whatever that looks like. Not that I didn't have a moment where I'd be like angry and throw temper tantrums or whatever,
right,
because I used to be that person too. But as far as like sadness and grief, like I want to, and plus it's my personality, like I want everyone around me to be happy.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm good at it.
Wow.
Like I'm good at feeling
So
that.
you're prejudiced.
Yeah, but no, I was.
Wait, not now.
I still am a little bit. The thing is, what I'm getting to, I'm so good at making like prolonged statements here, but
This is the nature of conversation.
the last, I don't know. I want to say 2 or 3 years. I have had to really pat myself on the back for being authentic and saying, you know what, today is a shit day. And that's just the way it is. And it is what it is. And I'm going to be in it for a minute. So you can either hang out and be in it with me, or if it's out of your comfort zone, okay, bye.
Right.
But I've learned to really honor and embrace whatever feeling that I'm going through instead of burying it down, which, like I said, so good at.
So what has shifted?
You,
yes,
you have been a huge advocate to me for that purpose. Just like, we're having conversation and I'm not trying to make this about me, but because I have this example, there were some really crappy things going on in my life. The last few days have been really intense and challenging. And this sweet lady, Natalie Peace, she comes to visit me on Monday and she's like, "I can't fix it for you, but I can sit here and walk through it with you."
Yeah.
And you guys need friends like this who let you just be you and show up the way that you need to show up in that moment and love you through it.
Right.
It's such a beautiful experience. I'm still speechless. And it's not the first time you've done that. You do that. That's what you do.
Well,
that's who you are.
Really regular practice. So because I practice that, allowing this concept, it's interesting how life talks to me. So I picked up this book before I left home to come here. And I don't even know why I brought it, but I do know now. Wayne Dyer, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And so I had just cracked it open and read a couple of paragraphs. And so what you were just talking about, one of these paragraphs said, it's amazing what can happen when people experience allowing versus dictating. Mm-hmm. When you allow someone instead of dictate the way that they need to act, feel, behave, or any of those things. When you just allow them, it's this confidence that a person actually has everything within them to make it through.
Yeah.
Even if it's messy sometimes, it's that how else we cannot save anyone from their human experience, which is how they learn to do anything differently or improve their habits, their behavioral habits that actually get them into the messes or whatever's going on in their life. And maybe even their happiness and their success and their joys. All those are regular habits. Our regular interacting is what drives all of that.
Yeah.
And when you realize it, whether what's going on right now is just is the struggle part or the part that's like joyous and it's smooth, when you realize that you're kind of have the ability to make that,
right,
then you learn how you can make that.
It's really neat. In any circumstances, you have the ability, you have the control and the outcome. I mean, what happens, but the way that you look at it, the way that you experience it, and the way that you relate to it and all of those things, at the end of it, you get to control that.
Right. The reaction.
Yeah, you get to. And you think
it's like exciting.
Right, you get to. Isn't it awesome? You get to do that. That's how powerful you are.
Right.
That's you. You're almighty powerful. You get to decide how you feel. You get to decide the outcome of the experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
It really is.
And it's so challenging.
It is, but you know,
that's new. Or even in the middle of it.
Right. In the middle of it, you're like, what the hell is this? Like, what is going on? Why is this happening? You know, but it is such an amazing experience to get through it, and you feel strong and amazing. And I did that. Like, I got through that. That was me. And even more so when you find your tribe or find your, the people in your circle who are on your side to hold space for you and be there for you. It's really amazing.
And even call you out on your stuff.
That has been the best for me. I'm one who likes the truth. If I need something pointed out to me, that's what I really adore about my tribe, because they can be like, AJ, you just said this. Let's talk about this for a minute. Or whatever that looks like. And I'm like, wow, okay. Now I get to learn something.
Right.
Because I didn't recognize that. But thank you for pointing it out to me. And it's just an opportunity for growth. And where, 10 years ago, I would have taken it very personal and got defensive.
Oh.
Isn't life so neat how we just, if we're working on our garbage, we're completely growing and more open to someone calling us out or having those conversations that would have been hard before.
Right. When our skin wasn't thicker, or we were taking everything personal.
Right.
That came up last night in conversation. Don't take anything personally.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy how very seldom everything going on is about you. It's really not.
Never.
Someone's problems is their reactions, what's going on with them is rarely about you.
Do you know how much weight you lose off of your shoulders when you realize that concept? Do you realize, like, wow, this isn't about me, and I don't have to feel this, do this, or react to this. I don't have to do anything.
No.
It's so good.
Yes. So this is what, if you need any motivation at all to encourage yourself to develop these kind of relationships with all of your emotions, with all of your experiences, but more specifically, it's interesting. It's quite rooted in your relationship with your own personal emotions. No matter what stage of life you're in, you watch a little one throw tantrum because they aren't getting what they want, or they have these, essentially that tantrum is often about their inability to know what to do with the stuff bubbling up inside of them. And sometimes they have really good examples of tantrum throwing from their adults around them. And the adults are like, stop that. And they do it themselves. And you're like, I have to look in the mirror. But when you develop
I learned from the best. That's all I can say.
Isn't that great when I honor my teachers that taught me how to be this way so I could learn how to not to be eventually, but it's cool. So when you develop these relationships, it works out in all kinds of ways in our life when you understand this relationship. And I don't know if many people think about this literally having a relationship with your emotions. An actual relationship, like in relation to them, versus having them just be something that happened to you, or you're you're at the whim of your emotions or your thoughts. It's a whole different thing when you're at the chair in the command center of yourself, the director's chair, versus being directed by them at whim of something that's then you have a whole lot more ability to control. And when you can wrangle that, then you can more deeply understand that if someone else is having their own emotional storm over there, let them. Let them have it.
Do you hear that, you guys?
Let them have that reaction.
We're giving you permission. Really, that's what I needed.
Oh,
Did you need that at one point?
Yes, I didn't. I'm not exactly sure how I came about this knowledge, but I definitely had my experience where I wish that if I could take my wise self now that understands and has practiced letting someone else have their emotional storm back to my much younger self, I would have been able to recover quicker. Be like, tell my young Natalie self that's like, it's okay, keep going, because you'll learn. You'll get it finally.
It's so many times I've just thought back to the times where I was in that freak out moment going, oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. It's what they call growth opportunities. Right?
Love your young self.
Love those growth opportunities. So thankful for them in so many ways. We are wandering tonight with myself, sort of. Natalie's the wise one around here. And my dear friend Natalie Peace. And we have to take a commercial break already. It happened just like that.
Wow.
So we'll be right back, you guys.
Intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Author Kathleen Watts, a.k.a. Thought Continuum, shares a double abduction experience in her book, Catch Me If You Can, a story of alien abduction and culprit plunder. This 1976 true life account of a close encounter in northern Utah near Hill Air Force Base. Imagine driving home from the movies with your spouse when your car suddenly stops working, and it's in that very same moment that you realize you are the only thing animated. Catch Me If You Can, the 5th anniversary edition with lead-in material for the upcoming release of Payback is a Glitch from award-winning author Kathleen Watts. Get your copy today. Log on to thoughtcontinuum.com. That's thoughtcontinuum.com.
Hi, this is Don Ecker, host of Dark Matters Radio, heard on KGRA. This is our sincerest wish for a joyous holiday season where you and your family are surrounded by love and friends. We'll see you each week right here on KGRA, and in the meantime, Hey, Santa's checking that list and he's looking at it twice.
Find the podcast on iTunes, iHeart, and Spotify. KGRARadio.com.
Hi guys, welcome back to Soul Wanderings, hosted here on the best, KGRARadio.com. And we're hanging out tonight, just having some good old Thanksgiving Eve conversation. Right. You know, like if we were sitting around the table, picking out the leftovers, maybe having a slice of pie.
A few more olives.
Yeah, just a few more. And getting into some really deep dessert conversation.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That's kind of
just like this.
Yeah, this is what we would be doing if we were having like Friendsgiving or something. This is how our conversations literally go when we hang out.
Right.
We're so serious.
Sometimes.
Sometimes unless AJ has 2 drinks. Or 3. Whatever that looks
we
like.
Could just have,
There's no judgment here.
No.
None at all.
It's so much fun. The ability to just let down and enjoy space with people that you actually like to hang out with.
Yeah.
Some people enjoy that with their family, and some people enjoy not being around their family.
Right. And, I'm glad that you brought that up because at some point during this evening, see, we're both having a hard time with words. I did want to just throw it out there to remind everyone not to take the holidays so seriously. And it doesn't have to look and be a certain way. And don't beat yourself up and don't put all those expectations in your basket and really let it go. Like, it really doesn't have to be so serious. Give yourself permission to be in the moment, be present, whatever that looks like. You burnt the turkey? Okay, no big deal.
That's right.
I mean, we really
it's
do.
It's a survival skill. It's a survival skill to take it in stride.
Right.
It's so, and then that one family member, or if you have toxic families, because they can be like that, or someone that, I don't know. A lot of times people have family members and they get together and there's a whole lot of extra baggage laying around, and Thanksgiving's not really a time to process it. Give yourself space outside of Thanksgiving and let yourself just be.
Yeah.
And no, you don't have control over what other people will say, but you have your ability to be a duck. Be a duck. Let it roll off your back. That's actually not weakness. Don't be a doormat where they can step on you.
Right.
Be the duck and let the water just flow. You know, let that flow off your back and make a choice to just.
Another thing, obligation. You do not have to go and do the thing if you don't want to go and do the thing.
Nope.
You don't want to be around Aunt so-and-so. Don't do it.
Right.
You are not obligated. You are not.
Nope.
Go
even if you think you are, you're
happy.
really not. You have more freedom than you've allowed yourself to have.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
But in any experience, lessons.
Lessons.
All things are lessons.
All things are lessons. Life is school. So that has definitely been a concept of mine through, I don't even know how many years. Life is school. And so when you think about life being school and that aunt so-and-so or mom or whatever, that's your teacher. That's your teacher. What are they teaching you? What is the lesson that's being given to you? So we walk through life with this very individual perspective, and things are all flowing around you to teach you, to form you, to grow you. And a lot of times we want to resist. That person needs to change their behavior so that I'm not experiencing this. Well, that's one way. However, that's not the empowerment way. When you are working that you're waiting for everyone to change their behavior so that your experience shifts, you have no power. You have no power. The power is all placed on another to change their ways, so then your experience will be different. Mm-hmm. So how can you take a good look at yourself and think, what is this teaching me? Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's the ability to not talk. Maybe it's the ability to listen differently, to respond differently. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of this emotional, if someone strikes up all this stuff, you've got this principle, or you've got rigid thinking, and relaxing on that and allowing other people to be kind of their way. Mm-hmm. Even this perspective that everyone's an individual. We are not born robots. Humans are not robots. In no way are they robots. And, on this lovely station, we talk about astrology and numerology and all of those energies that go in that create each individual person. Mm-hmm. They each have their own little wiring diagram. So no one else is going to be like you. So no one else can show up and respond exactly the way that you would want the whole world to respond to you. So that's part of all this deeper understanding about the lesson. And opening up. Even when you start to shift and you allow yourself to have a learner's mind.
When I understood that concept that life is school, a lot of things shifted in my world. And it was more about, which I think we're going to get into, so I probably should mention this later, but then I'll probably forget. But
then go now in the moment, or go organic.
It's interesting to me when I learned the life is school concept, because we have such, I don't know if it's just humanness or the people you hang around with or whatever that looks like, but like a victim mentality, mm-hmm. like, oh, this is so hard, and why is this happening to me, and what's the point?
Everything's happening to me.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Not. No. See, and when you change that and realize, you know what, I am in school, and you get hungry for knowledge, like you thirst for the lessons. Not that you want to go through all of these challenging times, although I welcome them. Mm-hmm. I know we can never have experiences that we aren't strong enough to handle. I really believe that. Mm-hmm. And even in the thick of it, it may be like, this is so hard. I don't know how I can get through this. We always do. Mm-hmm. And now my thirst for having experiences and creating those moments of experiences is such a different vibration than it ever was before. Before existing would be a good word. Just, I'm here. I've got to do this. I'm whatever. I'm existing.
Oh, that's right. So, that just makes my heart sad when I hear people, and I do hear that sometimes. Like, I'm just going through the motions.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's just not okay. That's one way to do life.
But isn't it great though when you learn, like, wow, there's so many experiences I can have, and it doesn't cost me money. Mm-mm. It doesn't take a lot of time.
Right.
And we have like a limitless abundance of lessons to learn.
It's so true. You just go to the post office at this time of year and stand in line.
No, thank you. Pass. I don't want that lesson. I like when I get to choose my lessons. That's pretty good stuff. And I choose not to go to the post office right now.
So you've learned.
I've learned that lesson. Yes.
That popped up because yesterday I ended up in two. It was really fascinating when you're in the flow. So there's also when you're learning and life is, have this learner's mind, and and you've learned about yourself, and you're living more authentically, and you're working out some of the wrinkles in your life. And then you kind of get in your flow. And so in my particular flow, I find when I'm in my flow and owning my essence and being in the world the way that I need to be in the world, then I find people that I know or haven't seen for a while that I have even thought about. And that happened twice yesterday. Happened to go to 2 different post offices, because at the first post office, I saw a friend that I hadn't seen in years. And then I stepped out of line to talk to her. And then I'm like, this is too busy here. I'm going to go to another post office. And then Matt came. She's this woman that I knew, and I used to work up on the Air Force Base here, was walking in while I was walking out. And I'm like, oh, the universe is so generous.
Right?
Oh, it was so cool.
My favorite lesson about the post office is they have this kiosk where I can skip all the lines and go at midnight if I want to and do everything like the ATM, you know?
Yes, but have you ever been there and they're like, oh, so we're sorry, the self-service thing is out of order at the moment?
Well, then someone's getting their Christmas gift late because I'm not coming back.
You're empowered to go out after.
You'll get it when you get it. And yes, that has happened.
See, people, this is really real life stuff.
Yeah,
just walk out into the environment and you'll be exposed to tests and quizzes and challenges and enjoyment and fun stuff.
It really is neat. It really is neat. But then talk to me about how ego plays a role in all of it.
Oh, ego. I love the little ego, because when you start understanding the difference between spirit and ego, and there's lots of different thoughts about ego. So I don't even know for sure how to clarify that, because that's like a whole 2-hour show. We just talk about ego. But ego essentially is the part of ourselves that pushes us to grow and connect on that higher consciousness, higher awareness level. So the ego it's that yammering little monkey mind. That's essentially what it is. That's whenever that's going to town and your mind is spinning, that's all in that ego. And the ego is also the part that drives us to think, well, the whole world revolves around you as a person, or someone's trying to ruin your day, or
because you're giving your power away.
I know. It's like, they're so rude to me. I've met people that it's like, why do people have to be rude? Why do you have to be judgmental?
Why do you have to take it personally?
Right.
Didn't you know it's not about you?
Well, we forget, because that ego, and when we're in our ego mind, the ego mind keeps us at a much more shallow. It's like when you want to just talk about small things versus like big concepts, or your worldview. If you think about, how is your worldview? Are you seeing something from the higher altitude? Like if you were to get into a plane and fly, you can see much more of the landscape than if you're just walking. And so the ego mind would be more of that pedestrian view of the small worldview.
What a great way to put that. I'm a visual person. I like it when you paint a picture for me.
The mind loves analogies.
I like that life lesson.
You like that life. Right. So are you being the pedestrian, the car, or the airplane?
If I'm being honest, it depends on the day.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I'm human.
Right.
Yeah.
For any of us. And this isn't meant to drive us, I don't really, when I'm talking with clients or in grief groups or teaching classes, it's not about getting to nirvana or perfection. It isn't. That isn't what this is about. I find essentially this is about having a full spectrum human experience and understanding all of it, and living from moment to moment in acceptance of exactly where you are. So often we're not in the moment. we're somewhere else. We're rushing to be something else. And there's so many forces at play on us. There's the social norms. There's the family that we grew up in. There's the state that we live in. There's the local culture. There's our political perspective. All of those things help us shape our worldview. And those things actually are flexible, or we can choose different. We can even have a particular point of view for a long time. And then it can shift.
We can move to a different state and see a new point of view.
Correct. Yeah. It's those types of things. So when you're open to shift and not hold to it, there's a lot of things that you gain, or inheritances that we have, or prejudice that we have that we didn't even choose. These agreements that we've kind of bought into that we may not even realize that goes into this thinking. And that's part to play about the life lessons. That's the waking up to a different point of view, becoming more and more aware of what's kind of the nuances to that, and how much choice we have. And if you're listening to this and your mind is saying, I don't have a choice, then you're choosing. That's a choice too.
That's a choice too.
That's a choice. Yeah. So
again, who has the power?
Yeah, each individual does.
Kapow.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that.
Do you know your superpower? We did a class on that recently. It was so much fun. Invoking your superpower, whatever that is. And we had the most amazing woman that comes through our classes, and her superpower is being a nurturer, mom. That mother energy, which is an amazing superpower, the ability to nurture a whole family.
I agree.
So you have a superpower. This might be a drift off the topic, which is allowed when you're having conversation.
My stepmom was like that.
Was she?
Nobody I knew could do it better than her.
Aww.
Yes. She's so good at being a mom and a wife, and, like domestic goddess, and keeping everyone happy and fed and all those things. Oh, yeah.
Or even if they weren't happy, and kissing their boo-boo better or whatever that is, and just being, that's neat.
So good.
Yeah. What, do you have a superpower?
We were blessed by her. Yeah, I am a great space holder. I feel like that is definitely one of my superpowers. I like to have people, whether they're going through their ick or even celebrating or just need an ear or whatever that is, I love to just be that person that holds space for them.
So tell me about holding space. Because if people are listening, and we touched on it earlier, where you have, having that sounding board in your life, that helps when you're going through things. One that doesn't just continue to feed your fire in your bitch and moan session.
Yeah.
But so holding space, what do you mean by that?
Well, a couple of things actually. Personal life with friends or family or whatever that looks like. Literally just being, like you said, a soundboard, or just being the person that is just literally sitting next to you, even if we're not saying anything at all. But listening intently, intentionally, without saying, like you should have, you could have, why don't, not throwing out all these things, but actually just listening to them while they figure it out, and being there for them while they have their aha. Because I think that helps a lot of us. I know it helps me when I don't need you to solve the problem for me. I just need you to listen. I just need someone to be there and just listen. Because when you say it out loud, it's so much different than internalizing it in your mind. And in another way, when I say a space holder, it's what I do on a daily basis in my business, right? I run a business. I have all the mechanical human crap about that. But there are some amazing, amazing moments that have literally taken my breath away and are completely sacred and beautiful in so many ways, just being there, allowing someone to authentically show up and have a moment. And without even knowing them, people will come into my space. I don't know why I'm here. I just felt drawn to come here. It was the first place I thought of after going through this and this experience. And I just need to feel safe. I just need to sit down and cry. And just being there and handing them tissues. Like, it doesn't have to look and be a certain way. Just holding a place for them that's safe where they can show up for themselves. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It really, you can totally relate to what I'm saying.
Totally, yes, I can. So if we're still kind of like still holding a thread through this conversation, one of the reasons why you go through life in this learner's mind is because you're continually learning how to show up the way that the world needs you. This is a highly interactive, really complex, universal energy intertwined system. And I see the universe needs each one of us to kind of be that part that we are to play in this whole thing. I don't even know the right words for that, because words kind of can't quite encompass that, my understanding of how it is really important to be who we are. The quirky one, the odd one, the one that says the things that rub people's skin the wrong way, and all that ability to show up and be who you are in it. And learn. And even be the bitch that someone else needs to learn from. Yeah. That's an important part too. We all have these parts.
Role, yeah.
I'll be that mean one.
I've got to say, through it all, even having that ability, and so many people say, thank you for being there for me. I learned this or I experienced that. I always feel like I got the better end of the deal.
I agree with you.
I always learn something new. I always feel something new. I just have these amazing, blessed experiences by just being present with another human being. Like, I win. Not that they did it, but I won. There's my ego. But honestly, it's just so awesome.
I don't know if that was ego or not. It might be higher awareness.
I win.
Yes, I win. Okay, there's that ego. I can hear that now.
I love you more. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a competition.
I'm just kidding. That was so human of me. What about you? What's your superpower?
Oh, I can't remember exactly what came in class, but I know that I have the ability, and I have for as long as I can remember, I have the ability to explain things. Like, I have this innate ability to explain often complex thoughts or ideas, and put it in some layman terms and examples and analogies, and explain these complex ideas to just anyone and help them. That visualization and the words flow through me. And the more that I practice, the more I am able to do it. But I can't even remember young adult in the workplace and the ability to just explain things, and people would listen and they're like, "You're such a good teacher."
I agree with that.
So I actually do know I'm born to be a teacher.
Yes.
To show up as that. The
yes.
more that I lean into that, the more I accept it, the more that I open up to those, the richer my life becomes. These opportunities just flow to me, and the more I'm willing to just be in life, a willing participant in life, the more life feeds me and fuels me, and it's just like burst my heart open.
Right.
It's like so much gratitude. So blessed. On such a small, it's not a small scale, but on the everyday like on the everyday. It's like, this is life gets to be like this. Super cool when you're willing to.
Your bucket runneth over.
Oh, it does. Yeah. So blessed to do it. So that's one of my superpowers, my ability, and then my ability to be with people when they're messy and give them full permission to have that. I'm so blessed to be able to be with people and say, yep, go there. Let's do that. Let's do that messiness right now. You're safe. Like, let's just do this.
That's part of space holding. That's why I agree that you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I wanted to hear,
it's
and
so
you
beautiful.
explained it really beautifully, your ability, because you hold a different kind of space than I hold. Like I carried my friend. Oh, that's such a lovely memory that just popped in. I had a friend that always said I carried around with me a virtual chair of truth. That whenever someone was around me, they just spilled their truth. It just comes out of them.
Right. That's true. That's true. I've seen that. I've witnessed that with you and other people several times.
Yes.
I've been blessed in that way so much as well. Just people spilling their guts out to me and saying, I don't know why I just told you all of that. I don't even know you. But it's neat.
Yep. And you're like, well, you don't need part of that anymore. We'll just clean that up.
Yeah, we don't need that. You let that go.
Right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Go team go.
That's right. Go team go. Learn.
Speaking of
grow.
Teamwork, we need to take a break.
Wow, look at that. I can't believe.
We've got our amazing producer who has our back. That's a team. So we'll do that now, you guys, and we'll be right back in just a few moments.
Ray Hobbs from KGRA Radio here to tell you about Alien Snowfest 3. It's the third annual event and it's the first major UFO conference of 2020. It takes place in historical Big Bear Lake, California. It's January 24th, 25th, and 26th, and it's 3 full days of Nick Poe, Grant Cameron, L.A. Marzulli, Nick Redfern, and so many more. Don't miss the Alien Pancake Breakfast Saturday morning with Coast to Coast AM's George Norrie and Tom Danheiser. Folks, you can join Warren, myself, and the entire KGRA crew as we are there to broadcast live on location from beautiful Big Bear Lake, California for Alien Snowfest 3. Seating is limited, so get your tickets now. The November ticket price is $129, and the price goes up the closer we get to the conference, so get your tickets now. AlienSnowfest.com for more information. That's AlienSnowfest.com.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a career counseling service that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to a civilian job. These extraordinary men and women bring more than just teamwork and inspiration to the workplace. They bring proven world-class job skills. And to ensure proper placement, Wounded Warrior Project works with employers to find just the right job fit. Talented, skilled, and eager to get back to work, you have the opportunity to hire a seasoned veteran. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
it's AJ from Vibes, Mind, Body, Spirit. Have you been searching for unique items to create or add to your sacred space? What about tools for your holistic healing? Or those one-of-a-kind magical ingredients to manifest your desires? Well, look no more, because Vibes has a variety of items to assist you in your spiritual journey. From crystals to candles, incense to books, tapestries to jewelry, OnlineVibes.com has what you're seeking. We even have some thoughtful and mindful gifts to share with your friends and family too. Visit us at OnlineVibes.com from the comfort of your home, or give us a call at 385-244-1099 to have your order beautifully packaged and sent directly to you or a loved one. And right now, take advantage of the coupon code KGRA at checkout to receive 15% off any order. Remember, online, VIBEC.com.
Feeling sluggish, bloated, gassy, and, well, you know, want some relief? Try Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com. Our unique blend of all natural herbs go to work on your digestive tract, giving you So before you try our super strength formula. It does a great job removing intruders that jack you up. Thousands of people use Life Change Tea every month, so try it, because you're gonna love the way you feel. And here's a little pick-me-up. Order now and receive 10% off your first order by entering in 10 today in the coupon code. That's 10 today in the coupon code. Go to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Enter 10 today in the coupon code for your 10% discount. Wow, feeling good never felt so good. Get some tea love at getthetea.com. Changing America one tea bag at a time.
For years, the KGRA digital broadcast station has been your contact for live UFO paranormal talk radio worldwide, bringing you the top names in research and investigations 7 nights a week. Our listeners connect to the KGRA on various platforms like TalkStream Live, TuneIn, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and many more. Now, you can stream your favorite paranormal talk radio shows with our new fully integrated custom KGRA mobile apps for Android and iPhones. Listen to your favorite paranormal talk shows from any mobile device 24/7, free with smartphone or tablet. Utilize custom features to access news, show pages, archives, contests, events, and live interactive chat rooms. Set show notification alerts and never miss your favorite live programs. All free and available to download in Google Play or the iTunes App Store. This is Soul Wanderings Radio.
You are listening to Soul Wanderings on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, Salt Lake City, Utah, Hudson Valley, New York. And you can find Soul Wanderings here on this amazing station, as well as other platforms for your convenience, like iHeartRadio, iTunes, TalkStream Live, Spreaker, Spotify. We're all over the place. And make sure you guys check out the official KGRA Radio on YouTube. That's where all of the latest show archives are being placed for your convenience. Once again, so good. And wherever you guys are joining us from tonight, thanks for being here, and happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. I like Thanksgiving.
It's my favorite holiday.
Aww.
When you can just get together and not have it be like, I have to give this person a gift, even though I don't even like them. Whatever that looks like. I like everyone mostly, but
so this couple. We'll talk about those later.
Or not.
Or not.
If you guys have questions for us, we're headed into the second half of our wandering. So hop on to kgraradio.com and join the chat room. I've got some really amazing people in the chat room, and I don't shout them out very often, but they show up to all the shows, like not just mine, but others, but they're in mine, which is really cool because they're in mine right now. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for hanging out in the chat room, and thanks for coming to listen to Soul Wanderings and being my wanderers every week.
Really good connections. It's
you guys
nice
are
to find
amazing.
your peeps.
I'm surrounded. I really am. And, we were going to talk about intentional living. My life has become very intentional.
That's good.
It's not whatever anymore, right? I've found my purpose, my passion, my people. Life is good. It's challenging still. The suck didn't go away.
Can't take the suck away.
But it's good.
So it's an and situation. You can have suck and goodness.
Why not?
I agree.
I can have whatever I want.
A lot of times people have this or thinking. So one little concept that's good to employ, watch what your mindset is. And do you have an or thinking? Do you have it's either going to be, I'm either going to be successful or I'm not successful, success or failure. So if it's not success, then I'm going to, at things that I failed. There's a man that I know that he's like, I tried all of these things, and throughout my life, I've tried all these kind of things, and I had these experiences, and all of them failed. I'm like, oh, no, that just because they didn't work out, you experienced things. And because it didn't end up in this massive career or $1 million or really lucrative business-wise doesn't mean it was a failure. It means that it was experience. It was all part of the learning and the growing. So intentional living does require us to consciously be in life. And it does, I think at the very root, there's remaining present, moment to moment to moment, present in your moment. It's really important for you to be where you are. Pay attention to where you are.
I've noticed personally that when I feel off, when I feel ick, and check in with myself, like what's going on, I realize that's one of the main things is I'm not present. I'm either on autopilot because I have all the things I've got to do, or, whatever that looks like. And when my body is like screaming or whatever, I realize, hey, it's time to come back and really pay attention and be present in the moment. Like, what's going on? How do you feel? What is this? What is that? Take inventory.
It's so true. So so many things zip through my head right there. It was like lots of things. But if we were to take, body, and think about the intentional eating. How often are you mindlessly eating? And so recently we've had some discussions in some of my groups about weight and so just this understanding of weight, or if you're overweight, or how to lose it, and one simple thing is to be fully present whenever you're eating food. Just be fully present with the food.
I love food and food loves me.
Right. But so we were talking about a Snickers bar yesterday. I was talking about eating, and I said, but if you eat that Snickers bar and it is the best Snickers bar you eat every time you have one, then you enjoy it more deeply and you're satisfied more deeply with your food. Or if you're, whatever it is that you're eating, be fully present with it.
Yeah,
or cooking.
Be fully present in your Thanksgiving meal.
Yes.
And thankful that you have one.
Yes. Even if you don't like the corn.
And eat seconds and don't feel bad about it.
Please don't curse your food when you're going to consume it. That's not really beneficial.
Right.
So you fix your diet outside of Thanksgiving or outside of the holidays. That is not when you adjust what is your regular eating habits.
Really? I do better during the holidays.
Oh, yeah? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I've wondered because everyone's like, I'm going to sabotage my diet. I'm never on a diet. I'll just say that because I don't believe in them. But I notice I eat less sweets. I eat less. I tend to go towards more of the healthy options. Easily more so than not.
During the holidays.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting.
I know what.
It's you're
Everyone knows I'm
you're more
backwards, but
fully
what?
present in the holidays.
It's so good. The food right now is so good. Like people start making home cooked meals. You know
Maybe
what I mean?
that's why, because it's like, and the love. So that's the other
love,
thing.
yes,
It's because
yes.
people are.
It
please,
tastes good.
cook with your love.
It tastes
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, and so much love flowing into it, and the energy. Everything's energy. So everything's receiving or giving off energy. So pay attention to what's going into it. So I told you I had a really good example for intentional living. So this is pretty simple example, but I've worked with this one client, and we've had a few discussions about making the bed in the morning. And there's lots of things, people out there that say you will be a success if you make your bed every morning.
Really?
Yeah. They say statistically or
That's
something.
what my problem is. No, I'm just kidding. I love my bed make, but go ahead.
So, but in my discussion with him about the bed, I wasn't focused so much about the making the bed. I wanted to get him to focus more on understanding how to consciously make a decision in the moment. So when you stand by the bed and you're trying to decide, not try, because I don't believe in trying either. When you're standing there deciding, make the bed or don't make the bed, it doesn't matter which one you do, but choose and just be willing to make a conscious choice, because that is definitely at the root of intentional living. Make the choice. It doesn't really matter which one.
Make one.
Make one on purpose, even if you're choosing to not make the bed on purpose. I think it's beautiful to give yourself that level of freedom. That little of freedom to say that
is
level.
so good.
Yes. I am free to choose not to make my bed.
Yeah.
Also.
And it's so empowering.
And you can be highly successful when you give yourself that ability to choose.
Yeah. You still can be successful if you don't make your bed first thing in the morning. Imagine that.
But people need a model. So then they a guru. Whoa, this success, I'm going to follow this guru. Well, you follow your guru till you learn everything the guru knows, and then they're not your guru anymore, but they never really were.
Right.
They were just reminding you what you already knew. So intentional living. What do you think about that? What do you think is intentionally living?
To me, it feels like being mindful of the choices I'm making, the people I'm hanging around, the thing I'm doing as a profession, things like that. Like really being aware of what I'm doing, how I'm living, how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling my body, all the things. Mindfulness.
It's very good.
What about you?
I was thinking about this book that I read. It was written in the early 90s. I can't remember what the title of it is. It was a pretty small book, but it was about this man that ran his company, and he had no clocks at all in his work. Like in his workplace, he owned the company, and there was no clocks, and people could come and they knew what they needed to do, and they would come in and do their work, and there wasn't this time. But he found that his employees were happier when they could just choose what they're doing. They choose, they get their job. And it was kind of radical what he was talking about, because it meant that they were empowered to do whatever it is that they needed to do to get their job done, without procedures, without rules, without time, without punching a clock. And so it's interesting when you give people freedom. A lot of times people, at least from what I've been familiar with in the workplace, because I worked for the government for so long, that they felt like procedures and rules and enforcement actually made things flow better, which I found wasn't quite the case. But this ability to have the freedom to choose and to be aware of your choices. Doesn't necessarily come easy. It comes with a lot of your discipline from the inside or the outside. So it kind of goes along with what I was talking about. Feeling like maybe it's a little rambly right now.
A little?
I'm like, maybe I'm a little rambly right now, but intentional living definitely comes into conscious choosing all the time.
Yeah.
Being fully present and being aware and be where you are. And often we have to pull ourselves back and be reminded. So it's a growth process. This isn't something that I feel like if you haven't been practicing this, practice, that word practice is so important to understand. Life is practice.
How is intentional living in line with our emotions?
Oh, that's a good question. So, many times people aren't really as tuned in, or in a lot of times when I'm working with clients and various people that I meet, I don't think that they're as deeply aware of their emotions as I would maybe have them be, or I would coach them to be. And so I think it's definitely this partnership where you work with your emotional, what your emotions are, the nature of your emotions, what's normal for you, and figure out where your kinks are. Where are things being pinched? Where is it that there's that rub or the kink or the thing that doesn't flow? And that's actually where you can start the troubleshooting and where you need to tune up things. So people often have very particular habits, and when we get into these normal habits, we get pinched in pretty regular ways. It's usually a similar thing that gets our goat, as we'd say. And so when we choose to learn the lessons that life keeps having us learn, then you can actually pass that grade. If you learn, if you're willing to face and stand and face it and figure out what's driving particular emotional responses, then face that lesson and go, okay, what is it? And sometimes it requires a simple sit down and let yourself face it. Like literally say, okay, what is it? What's going on? And this may be something that you can do by yourself, or it may be something where you find a good sounding board. And that can be
a space holder.
A space holder, right. Could be a good therapist. There is really benefit from understanding that if you don't have the skill set within you, the human skill set, the behavioral skill set, then, so we were kind of poking fun at the gurus, but it's important to learn and grow. And so you're saying, this thing, I'm just not flowing smoothly in a particular aspect. And you all out there listening, you know what that is for yourself. And so it's this ability to say, you know what, I'm gonna do some different practice on that with compassion and kindness to yourself, not beating yourself down, because we can often take our feet out from underneath us
when we should all over ourselves.
It's
for
true.
Real.
For real.
Yeah. No one does it better than we do it for ourselves. Right?
Well, yeah. How about if you could all over yourself instead of just shoulding all over yourself? It's like, I can. Watch your script. Pay attention to what your script is. What are these regular thoughts that go on in your head? Yeah. And do you feel like they're empowering, or are they pulling your power out of you? Are they disempowering?
And you brought up earlier having someone able to really call you out. So when your script does change and it's damaging to your experience more so than beneficial, it's good to have that sidekick say, hey, choose your words. What are you choosing to feel right now? It really is, because we can get so stuck in our crap that we don't even realize it, that it's happening, because we're so in the emotion.
Right.
So it's good to have someone throw you like a life preserver, like, hey, let's get you out of that mud. Yeah.
Or to have the awareness that that person is not your life preserver person.
Yeah, that too. So
oftentimes we can have some people that we'll talk to about what's going on in our lives, and with awareness we can come to realize that's not helping. Don't be afraid to reduce the amount of time that you talk about your personal business and the amount of people that you talk about your personal business to. Sometimes talking to too many people can be unhealthy.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Not everyone is your friend.
No, they don't have your back.
Yeah.
And whatever you tell someone is free to go elsewhere in the world. And so it's good to be mindful that not everyone knows healthy boundaries, and gossip is very much a social habit. So a lot of times people will just tell someone else's story to someone else, and that gets spread. Facebook. Sometimes Facebook can be like that.
Any social media is no bueno.
It can have some.
No,
but
I mean,
most of the time
in that kind of
right.
an aspect, just don't do it.
And social media can be an exponential factor. So it can take something that you blast out. I really feel for the people that they put a post, right now, their emergency right now, and they put it on Facebook, and I'm like, that's like to the exponential factor.
But we all need a place to release and to vent. And because we're so programmed with this social aspect anymore, our first thing is, I'm going to hurry and put this on Facebook because this is how I'm feeling, because we've been told, be authentic, express your feelings, do all these things.
Have a sounding board.
But without the boundaries.
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's some benefits then I can see that there's feedback and people will receive a lot of support through Facebook. So I'm not completely opposed. But this goes back to the intentional living and what I really wanted to kind of drive home is this concept of truly being mindful of your actions and the outcome, the consequences, the energy that each one of these things is being driven by, or this, this understanding it's a big complex machine. And so sometimes that Facebook posting isn't generating positive or behavior changes or things like that.
Right. And you get to remember that, again, everything is energy, and negative's going to attract negative and positive's going to attract positive. Being mindful
of what you're working to attract. It's so true. Oh, this is a lot. This is such a big concept. My head's going.
I know. Okay. And 2 hours, a 2-hour show, I'm always like, that's such a long time. And then you do a 2-hour show and you're like, wait, we didn't get to talk about this and this, and I want to still talk about that in only 2 hours. That's all we have. Can we have another hour, please?
Sure. We'll stay here for an hour. You guys won't be able to hear the conversation after.
That's the after show. And maybe we need to do an after show.
We'll do Soul Wanderings After Dark.
Well, the music would go in line with that.
It's true.
Just saying.
Right.
Funny little joke, right? But it really is amazing, the whole intentional living and being in check with our emotions and the actions thereof and the positive and negative from it. Which, I think we should talk more about that when we get back from the commercial break.
Okay.
But we still have 2 minutes before break. So
we still have to fill 2 minutes.
So I do want you to talk about things. We brought this up a little earlier and I said we'll talk about it later. So another minute or two, but things that are happening in our lives that are happening for us, not to us. Because it goes in line with what we're talking about now.
It absolutely does. So life doesn't happen to us, period. It happens for us, period.
Yes.
And
I love this.
So if your mind doesn't know that yet, crack it open so it understands.
Right.
So
it's part of the lesson learning. It's part of the life of school.
Absolutely. That it's happening for you. For you.
Mm-hmm.
And often we can have, if we were having an open dialogue with lots of people, they might say, well, how's cancer for me? How is cancer for you? So if we take a moment to look, and so I get the opportunity to interact with people in some difficult times in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing that people often find through cancer is that they don't go it alone, that the love within a relationship is deepened. They find out if they happen to be the person with cancer or with an illness or some struggle, then they start learning how to receive and have people help them, what's available to them, even if they're maybe in their resistance to be the receiver for things. They learn how lovely it is to give. And so then they can turn that around and allow someone else the benefit of giving, and they learn how to be the receiver. A lot of times people are givers and they don't receive well, and so they get that beautiful lesson of receiving and allowing their partner or their spouse or their family member to be the giver for a minute and to grow themselves. And so that's just a simple example of how you can open up and look at something that looks horrible and difficult and see how it's for you. We may go deeper into that when we come back.
Beautifully put. We can go deeper into that. We'll still have a few more minutes.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
you guys.
I don't have the clock in front of me. I don't even know.
No, we're going to, I mean after the break.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to take our last break of the night, and we'll finish this conversation when we return on the flip side. We'll be right back, you guys.
Oh, hello, everyone. This is Martin Willis from Podcast UFO at KGRA Radio, and I'm just wishing all of the listeners a wonderful and happy and healthy holiday season.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Around the world for decades have come high strangeness reports of mysterious aerial lights, beams, animal mutilations, human abductions, secret space and military programs focused on an alien presence. One reporter of these Earth mysteries is Emmy Award-winning TV producer, writer, and editor Linda Moulton Howe. She reports and edits the science, environment, and real X-Files news website, earthfiles.com.
We are moving from the paradigm that we are alone in the universe to a new one in which we are not alone. And something out there is interacting with us, our animals and plant life, forcing glimpses of other realities upon us.
Linda has produced 4 large books about these phenomena with hundreds of color images and illustrations that reviewers such as New York Times best-selling author Jim Marrs describes as an amazing accumulation of evidence. All her books, An Alien Harvest, the 2-volume Glimpses of Other Realities, and Mysterious Lights and Crop Circles, along with documentaries, are available in the shop at earthfiles.com.
More ways for you to make contact. Live Discord chat rooms, live talk radio, live video cast, toll-free HD phones, and coming this year, live streaming TV, giving you more ways to make contact. Your KGRAradio.com.
Welcome back to Soul Wanderings on KGRA Radio. I'm AJ Rasmussen, your host, and we're hanging out with Natalie Peace tonight, having some organic, authentic conversation as we do. And don't mind the little giggle. I have an amazing producer. Everyone knows Race. He's a funny fella. And he happened to make me laugh just before we went on air. So thank you, Race. Laughter is the best medicine.
It raises the frequency.
It's so good.
Instantaneous raise of the frequency.
Who needs to be professional? Not me.
Well, whatever professional means.
I didn't make my bed this morning.
I don't think mine's fully made either.
I really do love a made bed, though.
It's
and
nice.
I make it more times than not. But sometimes I do make that choice. Like, meh, I'm good.
Right.
And I don't feel bad about it anymore, where I used to be like, no, it has to be made. I can't not have my bed made. Okay, so moving on. I have a question in the chat room, which I thought was really an interesting question, but I think you'll thoroughly enjoy this one.
Oh.
Why do people push the shopping cart to the sanitary wipes and then wipe the cart handle?
So there's lots of layers to questions like that when we ask about why someone's behavior is the way that they're behaving.
That is a good question, though.
I do have a sociological mind, so I can actually take and look at patterns of behavior and that kind of thing. So often people don't have this full level of awareness about every action that they're doing. So the observer that asked the question, watching someone do these things, can see a component of the action that's kind of like, what about the germs that are between that stay on your hand because the sanitary wipe's on the handle, but the already on the handle. So the observer is actually able to see things that a participant doesn't see. So this kind of goes well into when we're talking about a nice objective sounding board observer that can help you get feedback loop. So I would say that person doesn't have that awareness that there's this gap in their sanitation process that the germs get in. So the other part of that is an understanding that we cannot save ourselves from risk or life. Life is going to kick us, regardless of how often we use the sanitary wipes. There's gonna things we'll get through.
Lib, I told you it was a good question. In chat room, I just said, it's a good question. I knew she'd have an answer.
So be mindful and still know that that does not absolve you from having life happen. So I had just sent this to a client of mine that was having a kind of some significant stuff happen. He received the news today, and I said, life is going to kick us. Mm-hmm. It just is. And it's not about not getting kicked. It's about how we get up every time. Mm-hmm. It's about how do we get up? How do you get up? How do you face it? How do you do it with as much ease and grace as possible?
Yeah, like we said earlier, you can't take the suck away, but how are you going to handle the suck?
Right.
Yeah.
And through this holidays, it's the ability to pick and choose, and even to downscale your holidays if there's a lot of reasons.
That brings you peace.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can even be financial reasons. It can even be that your budget simply doesn't support what maybe this concept you have of Christmas or the holidays.
Right.
And so please don't get like all horribly down on yourself because
and don't go in debt.
And turn off the TV. Because
Right.
there's so many commercials, and even on electronics devices, just to be able to opt out of what feels like should be. Just understand that you can opt out, and you can choose different, and you can choose simpler, and you can choose to downscale it, and it doesn't have to be less. In fact, you might actually find that it's more depth, more rich. So becoming more mindful might be easier on the budget too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I am so abundant.
Abundance comes in magnificent ways, but it doesn't come without work.
Right.
And receiving and accepting
and choices.
So the other day I was this concept came to me, a realization that the currency of the universe is not dollars. So abundance isn't paid in dinero or dollars. The currency of the universe is all kinds of things. It's
I
very
don't
much
always
different.
reference abundance to currency in that case, absolutely. But when things especially have been challenging financially, I am so great at shifting my thoughts into what I do have, not what I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, it's so cool. It changes the whole entire vibration and energy of everything.
Right. So that's a practice, because that often comes up if you don't have family around, or this can happen often through the holidays, is this thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your thoughts. Are your thoughts cycling in what's not or what is? So, I haven't received any invitations to go and be with people.
Mm-hmm.
Can be a cycling thought, or the number of invitations or types of things like that.
Right.
Versus how many invitations have you sent out, or are you choosing to include, to be the includer, or just waiting for someone to include you? That's another aspect of intentional living.
Very true.
Is to be the one that's the action person.
Very true.
Or you're passively waiting for life to come along and pick you up and give you everything that you're hoping for.
That's why I like to invite people to my house to hang out.
Yes, you're another way of doing space. You're like, I want to have people in my house, so I'm going to invite them.
Yes.
That's a sure sign that
it's a choice.
You actually can choose to be the action person. So a lot of times we can get the habit of passive living. That is not intentional living. Waiting for life to just come along and
is that
live for you.
What you refer to as your empowerment scripting?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
what is the difference between empowerment scripting versus positive thinking?
Wow. Well, that's an interesting question. So empowerment scripting would be squarely placing the responsibility of your life on your shoulders. Positive thinking doesn't always place that responsibility on you. So they're going to be very similar. But there is something about empowerment scripting that does hold you in a place of responsibility. And sometimes people shy away from responsibility, but that's a big deal in intentional living, is the ability to take responsibility for your life, what's going on, your happiness, your level of enjoyment in life, your part of a relationship that might not be as flowing as well as you would like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you step back and you just take full responsibility for your part in life, that's different. I find that different than positive thinking.
Yeah.
Positive thinking is a good practice. It doesn't necessarily put you at the helm of control.
Right.
It just means affirmations
it's
on your wall.
It's not always realistic.
Right. It's like, oh yeah. So another analogy or example might be the memes on Facebook. You're scrolling through Facebook. So here's the way that
she's getting into position because she's got to use her hands.
Shifted my chair, and if you could see this. So you're scrolling through Facebook and you're looking at the memes and you read the meme and that's cool, that's good, and the next meme, and you've got all of these positive thinking memes that are on the feed, but you're just sitting in your chair for 3 hours. Now empowerment,
Touché.
yeah.
Yes.
So the empowerment would be, oh, I probably really should get up and spiff up a little things, clean the corner. I don't know, something, take actually action-oriented versus just reading a positive meme.
Right.
Positive memes are great.
Putting it into motion.
Correct.
That's the important stuff. Like, how many of us are notoriously great at reading all of these self-help and spiritual books and then not doing anything with the information that we've attained?
Well, if it doesn't get embodied, it just doesn't get embodied.
Right. Great. You read a book.
It's all here.
What are you doing with what you read?
How are you practicing?
Yeah.
What's your practice?
Yeah.
Because whatever it is your natural habits are your regular practice. And if you want things to shift, you're going to have to
read a
change
book
that.
about procrastination.
Procrastination is such a funny thing because if you're familiar at all with any type of personality typing, well, more specifically the Myers-Briggs, there are people that naturally gain their rocket fuel right close to a deadline. And the struggle is real to do something a week out from a deadline. Like, it's truly a struggle for people that are, a certain type of personality type. It's just as someone that's a planner plans it and they have all the motivation to do it well before the deadline. There's people that are just wired with that motivation right close to the deadline.
I thrive under pressure. So some big projects I'll plan like the day before, if not the day of.
Yeah.
But I always know I've got it. Like, it's always in my mind. I'll do the action when I've got, T-5. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree because I'm that type of personality type too. That aspect, we are similar.
Yeah.
And I have completely owned that. I don't have any problem saying, guess what? That's when I get my motivation. So don't count on it way before.
Don't ask how that's going because
it's just, I'll be like,
it's still where it was last week.
It's not even close to in the flow yet. It's not even close to where, and I do find also that it helps me be really more in the moment. A lot of times people with that personality type tend to be more in the moment than others that are planners and out in the future or in the past.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Procrastination. I love that topic.
We'll have to have that conversation. I'm surrounded.
Well, then sometimes you just look and see, is it really important? Yeah. How important is it really?
Time is just ticking away. I really want to make sure we did go over a few topics that we wanted to touch on because it's that important that while we have this time to share these things with you, we want to make sure we go over. But one of the questions that were written down by you is, what is truly keeping the faith?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good question.
So this is something that I've been actively practicing. So one of my I call it a capital T truth. So it really is one of those truths for me, is that everything's in divine order.
And for everyone else, #truth.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything is in divine order. So when we think about faith, that's very individualized. Could be based on your religion, your principles, some particular readings. So this just happens to be an example I'll use. Everything is in divine order. So I found myself quite frustrated last week, and I'll tell a story about my own life, because I forgot a client. So this client showed up in my office and I was not there because it was not on my calendar. Now, I don't forget her so much, but I was not at that appointment, and that's really frustrating because that is not the level of professionalism that I strive to have. And so there's times just like these little everyday things that can test our faith, that will perhaps have us acting outside of what we would propose is our truth. So I was mad and frustrated, and I wasn't allowing her to have whatever emotional reaction. I was having my own emotional reaction. So then I have to I'm having an emotional reaction. What do I do with this? Let's go all the way through it. All these types of things that I talk about all the time. So I see keeping the faith is the active practice of what your belief system is consciously. So I let myself be in it. And then I was aware, and then I'm like, I can't do this energy for the rest of my day. So then I authentically responded to her and said, wow, the life coach that can't keep her own calendar has got to maybe look at herself kind of thing. And then she responded. And then, before she responded, and then I remembered everything's in divine order, including this, including me forgetting, including me not showing up.
Life is school.
And then I surrendered to the universal flow. And then, no kidding, right then the text came through that said, oh, you're all good. In fact, I didn't answer the phone because I went to a movie. So she just flowed in her own space and attended to her life and was enjoying her moment and her space and time. And
how awesome is that for both of you?
Yeah.
That she had no attachment to what you were experiencing or what that looked like. It didn't ruin her day. She didn't get cranky over it.
Right.
She's like, oh, okay, we'll try again later. I'm going to go check out a movie. How awesome is that?
Yeah. So,
and supportive in what you were going through.
Yes. So it was wild to me to see how keeping the faith, actively practicing whatever it is that you feel is your structure for faith structure. And faith can be the whole realm, from spirituality to new age concepts to positive thinking to religious structure, those types of things. Keeping it, what I see keeping it is the active practice of consciously choosing it when life is pinching you in ways. And so it's like that, keep the faith. Practice it, because you find that's
Why
when
am I singing? Because you got to keep the faith. Yeah.
I like it.
I'm always singing a song to everything. I am present, but there's always music going on in my head.
Which is beautiful.
The voices in my head. They sing to
Are
me.
they on key?
They sing to me. No, they are not. I can't sing, neither can they.
So that's how I would see keeping the faith.
Okay, but through that time, through that experience that you had, obviously you had some resistance in it, and feeling the resistance, and then chose not to give into it.
Right.
It was all in flow.
It's all in the flow. And then, so in that particular case, the resistance was in me. So learning to sense this concept of resistance as you're learning to practice that everything's energy. It's a flow, learning about yourself, being in this mindfulness state, living life intentionally. You may find times that there's this resistance where you feel like you're slugging through mud or things aren't on some schedule. Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's something else bigger
right
in charge. Sometimes we're
we think we're in control, but we're really not.
No. And you know how beautiful it is to surrender control to something that's bigger than me, that knows better than, that can craft a lesson so much more beautifully than I could ever craft for myself. And then to watch it show up for me and receive it and learn it and go, dang, that was masterful.
It's pretty magical, actually. How it is all interconnected and divinely laid out for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
So good. Including the crappy. Yeah. So I have one other little story. I was at the beauty salon. If you ever want to have a wonderful, interesting human experience, go to the beauty salon and watch. Especially one that has multiple booths, and then you've got all these different kind of human
entertainment at its finest.
So there was one lady that was talking about, so-and-so, and they were last year's Thanksgiving, and how someone was unhappy about no corn, or, trying to wrangle a dinner to everyone be pleased. And I say, those people that are complaining and frustrated about a particular thing, why aren't they not bringing that thing that they would want so much at Thanksgiving dinner? You bring it. Like, you show up for yourself.
Right. How simple. How powerful is that?
Well, it's a lot of responsibility.
We were advertising this show, and we had made a comment about holiday survival, which we've totally gone over, but full life appreciation. And I would really like to wind the show up in that. We only have a few more moments. Mm-hmm. Full life appreciation. What does that mean to you?
So, words are an interesting thing. About full life, all of it, and the ability to appreciate all of it. Mm-hmm. Even the raw, the really heart-wrenching part. Mm-hmm. And I definitely talk a lot about that, about the ability to navigate those really difficult moments, because it's a lot easier to embrace the really happy and really cool, easy moments. But if you can appreciate all of it, mm-hmm. life is richer. And so we dredge the inner canals of ourselves through those hard moments when we're fully in it, mm-hmm. and we're able to process those deep emotions, and then we're able to do life is richer on the whole, because sometimes we learn that it is limited and nothing lasts forever. And so enjoy the moments, because the moments are the moments. That's where life is happening. Yeah. It doesn't happen anywhere else. And even in the really crappy stuff, when you're really mad at someone, or they're the ability to truly love someone for exactly who they are. So it's all of these types of things. Full life appreciation is appreciating all of it. So I would challenge people, if you're going in to hang out with your family, watch to see what are the nuances of your family. What's the personality that kind of is at play for your whole. Each family has kind of a personality.
Oh yeah.
Watching the quirks and appreciating it, and see if you can open your heart to that. The quirk of your family. These are the people that chose to come and be your family this time around. Yeah. It's kind of cool. You'd be like,
it's really cool.
They chose me. Weird. Okay. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I do have one quick question before we end the show, which is another question from the chat room. And I think it's a great one. What is the most simple thing that makes the numbers lady happy? And for those of you who don't know who the numbers lady, it's Natalie.
So
she has a reputation.
That's cool. Those powerful numbers. So I have this cat. So it's right at the moment. There's a lot of things that make me happy, but I have learned
I make her happy.
Yes, AJ
and she
does.
Makes me happy.
My friends do.
I'm like, you're all serious, and I'm always like, okay, go ahead. Okay, continue on.
It's so true. That's kind of the way it works. But, to be in I have learned to appreciate what I would maybe consider just mundane life things. My microphone's cutting in and out. And so this cat, and she just loves me. I've never had a cat love me like that. And just to be with her in moments, it's just like pure bliss, and it's super cool. So learning to appreciate that little new relationship in my life, it's like something. So
really?
A little thing like that, yeah.
A little pet.
She's so,
wow.
And she was a little alley cat, so she struggled, and so she was trapped, and she was 5 months out there on the streets, and
now she has a happy little home.
Now she's like living the life of Riley.
So good. And it's been so nice having you here.
Oh, it's lovely.
Thank you for spending your Thanksgiving Eve with all of us.
You're so welcome.
And everyone's reminded to be in gratitude over this time of year. It's just like this cliche thing to do, but I mean, I get it. But because we are at that time, I have to express my gratitude to you and to Race and to Eric and Warren and all of my wanderers and all of my listeners. Like, seriously, I'm so blessed and supported by all of you. So thank you. And I hope you guys all have a very safe and happy holiday. And we'll be back next week for another live show. In the meantime, make sure you guys are following Soul Wanderings and KGRA on all of the social networks so you can keep in touch with the latest and greatest in the world of anomalous goodies and spiritual stuff like we talk about. And let's keep having this connection and conversation. It's really amazing. Thanks again, everyone, for spending your time with us, and have a happy day.